So, traders, community members, welcome back to the channel. This is Crypto Bullseye, and in today's episode, I'm going to be telling you why I'm buying cryptocurrency again, at what levels, and the 5 reasons why I'm doing so. So, before we get into it, this is going to be a new feature at the start of each and every episode. We're going to be going over a famous trading quote by a famous legendary trader. Today, it's Dr. Brett Steenbergen, and the quote of the day is: "We become what we consistently do. Routine is necessary for efficiency. Break-in routine is necessary for adaptation." So tell me in the comments what you think that means. We'll go over through the rest of the episode. Let's get into it. Right, okay, guys, so this is all higher time frame analysis. I've got Bitcoin trading against USDT, and remember, Bitcoin's the market leader. It's the highest market cap, and it moves the market most of the time. So the first place that we always look at, Bitcoin on the higher time frame, and we can see that we've had a huge movement to the downside, a huge swing to the downside, going back from the 28th of March 22 this year. So we've had that huge swing and we haven't had the relief rally yet. One thing that we did do for the first time in Bitcoin's history is we broke, closed and stayed below the 200 weekly moving average. So what we can do is we can draw a trend line on here, and what we can look out for is a break of this trend and also a break and a close above the 200 weekly moving average. That'll give huge momentum in the short term, and then we can come back and test the recent swing lows and swing highs of the previous month. So that's one thing that I'm looking for, is break and a close above the 200 weekly moving average, and also that'll coincide with a break and a close of this trend line. So one thing that we can do to add to that as additional confluence, we can look at the RSI, stochastic RSI, and the standard RSI, and we can see that the standard RSI is in an oversold position, and it's been in an oversold position for a good few weeks now. And the last time that it reached these levels was going back, it barely touched it in 3rd of December 2018. And then this chart doesn't go as far back as that. This is USDT, so it's pretty recent, and it goes back to 2017. So the RSI oversold, starting to uptick, and we want to see a bit of momentum following the break of this trend line and a break of the 200 moving average for our bullish perspective. One other thing, the stochastic RSI, some weeks that's been in an oversold position. So it's been oversold for some weeks now. And the last time that it was in an oversold position for this time was going back from December last year, November last year to March this year. So the stochastic RSI oversold position, it started to uptick to the upside, which is another strong reason why. So what we'll do next is look at the Dixie, see if there's any kind of a pullback on the Dixie, and we'll do that now. Okay, before we get into the DXY, let's discuss this. We said in the intro that we'd be going over phrase of the day. Phrase of the day today is Dr. Brett Steenbergen's phrase: "We become what we consistently do. Routine is necessary for efficiency. Break-in routine is necessary for adaptation." So let me know what you think that Brett Steenbergen means by this phrase. From my experience, I'm a pretty inconsistent person. I can't keep a routine. So trading's helped me do that over the past few years, and I've managed to be able to create a rhythm, a routine, initially based on what other people had taught me, and then I've gained the experience to be able to manage risk myself, take trades based on my own strategy, what works for me during my time frames, and that's what you guys need to do. So you need the routine to start with to effectively manage your strategy, and then over time, as you gain experience, you become more methodical, you can become more aggressive with your trading, and then you're more experienced to be able to come out of that rhythm and routine and create one that's more suited to your own strategy, your own needs, and what works for you. So let's get back into the Dixie, guys. Right, okay, so we've got the DXY, the dollar currency index, the strength in the dollar. We're going through times of hardship, high inflation. Everyone runs into the off-risk asset. The safest off-risk asset that people go to is the currency of the US dollar. So that's why it's been rocketing. People are hedging against what they think is inflation. We do know that the US dollar is an inflationary mechanism built into it, and that's why we get the inflation that we do, whereas things like Bitcoin are deflationary, but we're not going to talk about that today. So we've got the US dollar index, and it's absolutely rocketing. Are we going to see any sign of a pullback? So each one of the candles represents, if you remember, a week, and just this one swing high from here, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 weeks. So what we're looking for is a pullback in the US dollar. And what happens is people come out of the dollar and into higher risk assets such as cryptocurrency and other commodities, other currencies. So they'll come out of the dollar and it'll signal a little bit of a pullback or weakness in the US dollar index, the DXY, and then we can have a bit of a rally or a relief rally in the crypto market, and that'll be signaled by an upswing in Bitcoin. Certainly, as far as the past concerned, that's usually what happens. So we'll have to see if it rhymes again. So one thing we're looking at is the crossover of the stochastic RSI on the oversold. And that's on Bitcoin we're talking about now. We're looking at the oversold areas of Bitcoin on the standard RSI, and the last time it was at those levels, which was some time ago. We want the break of trend, a close above the 200 moving average, and all that in confluence with a pullback in the DXY, and you'll see some kind of strength in the market, a good relief rally, and you'll see some gains in the crypto market. So it's not financial advice, guys, but you can stack up probabilities by doing things like this, and it gives you an idea when the markets are going to turn the other way. So we've been in pretty much a range of market for some time now in Bitcoin, and we're just looking to find when the market's going to move. Bitcoin leads, and then the crypto altcoins will follow. So that's the DXY. We're going to have a look at the USDT dominance last of all. So we'll have a look at that now. Right, okay, guys. So the fifth reason why I'm looking at buying crypto and when I'm buying crypto is the USDT dominance. So the USDT is a stable coin that's backed to the dollar. So when the dollar rallies, you tend to see that the US dollar tether rallies. It's backed 1-to-1. So they both rally in conjunction with each other and in confluence with each other. The only time that wouldn't happen is if something happened as far as regulation is concerned, and the stable coin lost its value through other means. So it tends to rally in conjunction. And as far as my experience is concerned, you get a greater depth and understanding as to when the market's going to rally with the stable coin rather than the actual dollar index or the dollar itself. So I like to use both, and I like to look at the stable coin, and you'll see that first and foremost, this has been more weakness in the market than than what the dollar was. Showed by the US dollar currency index. So you see that we haven't had the double top here. We haven't made new highs, and we've stuck below this level of resistance here. So we're showing weakness, and where previously you had levels bought up here and bought up here, we've managed to get a wick to the downside below that now. So it's certainly showing weakness here, and you'll probably get a retest, a rejection from this level here, and then you can go back and test the trend. But while all that's happening, it gives the crypto market a chance to rally, because what's happening is when people are coming out of the dollar and you're getting a rally to the downside, people are going into cryptocurrencies, and when you're getting a rally to the upside, people are coming out of cryptocurrencies and into the stable coins. So that's what that's showing me. And there's currently a little bit of weakness, and that's another reason why I'm watching the market to ladder into my entries at the moment. So I hope you enjoyed the episode, guys. I want to thank each and every single one of our new subscribers, all of our existing subscribers. It's much appreciated. Hope you enjoy the rest of your weekend. Take care of yourselves, guys, and goodbye.